so today we're going to do a little work on the rear tail lights. The engine's out, got to decide what we're going to do there, so I figured I'd putz around with those. I haven't been really happy with how they came out the first time. I don't like the way they curve, so let's take a look and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here, they're kind of following the curve of the rear quarter, so I want to be able to kind of get them tucked in, pointing straight back, kind of like a 911R would be recessed in if you saw those taillight boxes. And I want to get rid of the rubber rings. So I haven't been really pleased with them, but they got me on the road. They were first try. We're going to go ahead and see what we can do to kind of make them look a little bit better. All right, let's get started. Taillights are actually a little PVC housing that I made, so we'll go ahead and pop that apart. All the wiring should be able to just stay in the car if we do that. Both should work no matter how I reconfigure these. So again, the back side here, just some ASB PVC housing, so they're just couplers, end caps on there that got cut out, and light fixture got mounted in the end cap, and then this is all there is for the screen. So what I want to do today is, as you can see, they go around the curve there, light, and we want to try and get them sunk back in and straightened out. So that's what we're going to work on. Okay, trying to remember exactly how I put these all together. Some $5 LED light housings that I bought at the local auto parts store. Like I say, they're probably meant for a trailer or something like that. Drilled out the housings from the casing and then glued it into the PVC coupling, and then that's what the light boxes are mounted in. So, and then it had the rubber trim rings around it. Towel here. And the trim rings I'm not a big fan of, just because I don't think they go with the kind of the theme of the car. It's rusty and metal, and you know, they just don't tie in well. Hot glued the PVC in, so it should just peel right out of the screen here. Get back to the starting point. Okay, just basic screen now. So shaped to fit the form of the tail light. It's just some perforated sheeting welded on the back side of the frame. The frame was kind of bent and positioned to go inside where the traditional taillight housing would go. Obviously I got rid of and sold all the taillight housings to other Porsche guys that needed parts for their early 912 or 911. So I tried to offload as much stuff as I could. Some more of the hot glue. This little housing piece was the piece that went between the two circles, a little half moon to make the box area for the backup light to go through the screen. Okay, so now we gotta get a new game plan together. See how we can square these things up. So I think I'll go take some measurements, get things marked up on where to square it in at, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've got some perforated sheets here, left over from another project. Some rough dimensions. We're going to make 3x3 light boxes. The back will be the perforated, and then the sides will be some just regular sheet metal, and we'll see what happens here. For me, I found the easiest way to work with this is you just cut it with some shears. So that's what we'll do. We'll mark the circle that we want. Alright, so a 3-inch box, circling it, get this all cut out. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get the air saw out, and we'll clamp and carve this thing out with the air saw. Okay, so a nice little fixture. Use the air saw for circling that thing. There's the scrap piece. We'll throw that over there. Again, the lights like this, I'd like to get rid of that rubber ring, and so we'll go on the back side of the coupling. And like I had mentioned, it's a PVC cap that's cut out, and it's got the VW light bulb housing screwed into the back side of it there. And so now we're able to close that over that, and there's my 3-inch PV or perforated box backing that will blend back into the light box. All right. So we've got our boxes made up. I'm going to start trimming up the pieces we need to build the sides of the boxes, and we'll get them tacked in, and then we'll weld everything up. So go ahead and let the camera roll. It's going to get noisy in here. We're going to have the grinder going. We got the welder going. So here's the concept. So now we've got it in there, but you can see we've got that thing squared up. So I went and measured what would be kind of square facing the back of the car. So we'll go check it right now, do a quick test fit. That is right. Now that I've got that, I'm going to box the second one in and get that tacked up. And then we'll go check it all out again. So I'm using 22 gauge for making the boxes. Low voltage on the welder. Tack and weld up really nice with this stuff. I mean, you're not going to do more than just tack things, but that's all you need. Once it's boxed, you have all the structure that you need. So it's not like you're trying to get any weld strength. It's nice to work with because it's easy to bend if you need to put any bends in, and as you can see, you can just cut it with the shears, which is really nice. Makes it super simple. Yeah, so I like working with it. All right, we're going to get this tack, then we got to put the side piece on for measurement, and then I got to cut some more out of the shield because the lights are walking over quite a bit. More than the original layout. So let me get this tacked on, get a measurement, and then we'll see where we're at. can see the 2 staggered light boxes. Gotta clean it up now. Gotta blend that in, tack it up. I'm gonna go test fit it. We'll get this all welded, and then we'll make caps for top and bottom. We've got our boxes now. Go test fit it, check how square everything looks, and then I'll make caps, top and bottom each side to really box them in. Be back in a little bit. Alright, so I have to clean it up some more, but we've got the top box pieces on, now we'll do the bottom, and then we'll be all boxed in. Okay. Just cleaned up a little bit. Let's go ahead and assemble them, have a look. Okay, I don't like how far they stick out, so I got to get the lens cap back in. So more work to do, but man, the boxes came out really cool. So there's the box now, but you can see I don't like how the lens sticks out, but I've got a 1/2 inch. I can go back. I gotta see if I can get the glue seal off, cut the thread pack, and set them back in. So we'll go do that next. We'll be back. Okay, so here we are. If you remember originally, like I said, I wasn't very pleased with the wraparound design. I didn't like the rubber on there. Just something was off. Just didn't really fit well with the car. So now we've got a boxed style. So if you look at that, again, this is a $15 taillight made for the Porsche. So pretty cool. Really pleased with how it came out. Redid the lights to sink them in so they're truly kind of recessed in there. I think it looks super cool. So real happy with it. First, let me take you over and show you the tail light. So this was all obviously gone, and so we just kind of blended some stuff back in and welded through the rust a little bit, and beat on it with a hammer and made a corner, and then came down here and made a structure inside here to tie it all back. There was just nothing there. You can still see if we look down into the frame rail there. That's the tail end of the frame rail. That's all rotten. So anyways, expanded metal, tried to figure out a radius there, make it back in, and then we've got the light boxes. So we'll come back around and show you the install here, hopefully. So we took the old Volkswagen light box, cut it apart, took the light housing and mounted it to the 2 new connector fittings. So we've got the metal in here, and that's what I just did is I added the ground screw and grounded it into the car there. So we've got both the brake and tail light and turn signal, and this it's a pretty easy assembly here. So we'll take the brake light first, go through the cutout hole, and connect it like that. It's a tight fit. take the turn signal, do the same thing. They're already wired up. We just got a couple little stainless screws here that we put into, made a couple little tabs. And so just like that, we've now got the tail lights that, you know, are both facing the back of the car instead of coming around the radius, and just boxed in real nice, and they don't stick out like they did originally. And so real pleased, glad I took the time to change it. It wasn't a lot of work, as you saw. So just cut out the screen, did a piece in, and then a couple pieces of sheet metal to tie it in and tack it together. So again, real pleased on how that came out. So just a little bit of detail there on the rusty old rat, and that's about a $15 tail light from parts from the local box store. So real happy with that. Let me see, I'll throw the battery on, see if we get some lights on it here. We should have a tail light and a turn signal. Got a brake light too. Okay, so that wraps up our taillight episode, where we remade the light screen there on the light boxes, showed you how we did it, showed you kind of our homemade light fixtures. Real pleased with the results. I'm glad we took the time to do it. Thanks for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button, and don't forget to leave us any comments on the episode, what you liked and what you'd like to see. All right, thanks again. Take care.